if you don't spiritually open your mind, you'll struggle to grow as a soul, and you'll struggle to grow on your spiritual journey. And something I've noticed is that a lot of people, they live with a closed off mindset, a kind of narrow view, a narrow perception of the world. With this mindset, when they live like this, not open to these new spiritual ideas or possibilities, they'll miss out on ideas or realizations. They'll miss out on signs from their guides or spirit team or angels. They'll miss out on things that could change their life and kickstart a spiritual awakening. So there's two mindsets, right? There's the closed off kind of narrow view that a lot of people seem to have. You can kind of sense it in their energy. Maybe if you're talking to them and you bring something up that's sort of spiritual, and their eyes might kind of glaze over, or they just kind of brush it off or don't really seem that interested. And this is fair. Maybe they're just not ready for these kind of things. Maybe they're not at that stage. Maybe they're not meant to hear these things. And that's okay. And sometimes they're just not willing to hear these things. They have this narrow perspective. And that's okay. We have to allow that. They're entitled to their own views and their own mindsets. But when they live like this, when they have a narrow mindset, they'll miss out on these things. And so the other mindset is this healthy skepticism, but having an open mind for new spiritual ideas, new possibilities, an open mind for what's possible outside of this physical realm, the daily life, this normal physical life that we live. And so when you have this open mindset, this open mind, when you open your mind to these possibilities of spirituality, naturally you're more open to these ideas, so they just come to you more naturally, and they can help you on your spiritual journey much more. And so between these two, this closed off narrow mindset and the open mindset, which one do you think will help your spiritual journey more? A closed off mindset where you're not open to new ideas or messages or signs from your guide or spirit team, or this open mindset where you're open to new theories, new concepts, new modalities? I think it's clear which one will help your spiritual growth more, help you advance in your spiritual journey and your spiritual awakening. And so when you open your mind, when you make the conscious choice to open your mind and accept these new ideas, accept these new possibilities, your guides will celebrate, your spirit team will celebrate. And by the way, your spirit team consists of all sorts of beings. You've got your loved ones who have ascended, you've got your guides, you've got your angels, you've got all sorts of beings there to support you. And so when you open your mind, your spirit team and the universe will celebrate. There's this book called The Universe is Talking to You, and the author, she says that your spirit team is always there, supporting you through life and sending you signs, sending you messages. But a lot of people seem to miss these messages, miss these signs, because they don't realize that they're being sent from Spirit. And so just this realization that these signs are always coming to us, always being sent by the Spirit, by your Spirit team to support you and guide you. Just that realization is huge. It means that you can start to pay attention, start to look out for these signs and synchronicities that appear and happen in your life. One specific sign for me is my grandfather. Anytime a hummingbird comes by or flies around, it means that he's there supporting us, because he always loved hummingbirds when he was incarnated in the physical. And so he chose that as his kind of message or sign in the spirit world. When he's trying to communicate to us or support us, he'll send a hummingbird over to visit. And on my birthday, he flew a bird into our front door, and unfortunately the bird died, but it was a message from him, because he loved birds too. And so these messages from our family, this bird that showed up at the front door on my birthday, means that he was there. Even though he wasn't in the physical incarnation, he was there wanting to be with us, wanting to support us and spend time together on my birthday. So this is just one way that our guides and loved ones and Spirit team can communicate to us. And so imagine if I had a closed off mindset, if I didn't realize that these were signs from a loved one who had passed. I would have just thought, oh, weird. That's weird that the bird is there on my birthday. And then I wouldn't have thought any more of it, right? So when you have an open mind, you're open to these communications from your Spirit team, from your guides, from your loved ones. And so naturally they see that and they start sending you more messages, more stuff, because they see that you're open to it. It's a beautiful thing. And so when you're open to these signs and messages, life, it'll just kind of work out more naturally. You can have more trust in life because you have these signs. You have these messages coming from your Spirit team, from your guides. And you can receive these powerful downloads, these powerful transmissions from your Spirit team, from your guides, and from the universe that can help you immensely. They help you in your spiritual journey. And so keep an open mind to these things. Keep an open mind to spiritual communication. I've been talking to my guide, and usually he'll talk to me when I'm falling asleep, when I'm kind of in that half awake, half sleep state. And I guess that's the way he can access my thoughts and my mind the best. But I'll just kind of be there, falling asleep, and I'll hear a message pop into my head, and the words kind of play out like they're on an audio tape. And it doesn't sound like my thoughts, like it's implanted into my head, this kind of speech of thought kind of thing. And so then I hear what he says, and then I ask him a question, and we kind of talk back and forth. And it's weird that he will answer me before I'm finished asking a question, which is how I know that it's not my own thoughts. And the language he uses, it really is not like my own thoughts. It's quite profound. And I'm glad that I had an open mind to being able to communicate with my guide because the insights and the advice that he brings is so profound and so powerful and so helpful on my spiritual journey and spiritual growth. And in this day and time that we're in right now, I'm sure you know there's this huge collective shift, this huge energy shift on Earth in the collective conscious. And so to be part of this shift, to accelerate your growth and transformation during this shift, you have to have an open mind, or you might get left behind. You have to take advantage of this shift and open your mind to these possibilities, to these new things spiritually, so you can transform with the vibration of the earth, so you can keep up with this huge shift in consciousness that's happening right now. And your spiritual growth, it will just accelerate as you become more and more open, more and more accepting of new ideas or new possibilities. Things that I thought were crazy or not possible years ago, I know they're possible and they're true now. Just because I had an open mind and was willing to accept these ideas and kind of try them out in my own mind, try them out in my life, see if they're true. And they turn out to be true. And so if you're not open, especially in this huge shift right now, you will struggle to grow as a soul. You'll miss the signs, you'll miss the messages, you'll miss the ideas that you were meant to receive, but you didn't receive them because your mind was blocked off. Your view is narrow and something's out here, but you're looking only straight, right? So if you open your mind, you look over and you see that thing there. So it's good to open your mind. Make a conscious choice. Set an intention to be more open to things that you might have not been open to. And so there's a few important things to open your mind to. There's 3 important things that I think you should open your mind to just transform on your spiritual journey. The first thing is to be open to the idea of reincarnation. This is so incredibly powerful, just the knowing, the thought of reincarnation. The idea that it's not just this lifetime is so freeing. It's like, man, I got all this time. I don't have to rush, right? Like life, it just makes life seem so like way more chill. Because you've been here hundreds, thousands of times already. It's just another life, right? You've got all these lives you've lived before. You've got all the lives you're gonna live after. And it's, life, it doesn't end when you die. That's such a relieving thing to think about. And just that realization changed my perspective, changed my whole outlook. And just knowing that you ascend to the spirit world when you die in this incarnation is a relieving thing to think about as well. There is something after this life, and there is a greater purpose. And the second thing you need to open your mind to is the fact that we are energy. Everything is energy. Energy is all around us. Vibration is everywhere. Everything is affected by energy. Everything is affected by vibration. as souls, like at our core, we are just pure energy. And we have to squish our way into the physical human body, which is also energy. It's all just vibrating at different levels, which is a beautiful thing to think about. It makes life seem just so different and so beautiful. And the third thing you need to open your mind to is the fact that spirit is all around you. Your spirit team is always communicating with you. They're always there to support you. They're sending you signs, sending you messages. It's just up to you to be open to them. And so just make the conscious choice to open your mind. Open your mind to these possibilities, these new spiritual possibilities. The fact that we don't only live this one life. The fact that everything is energy. And the fact that spirit and your spirit team and guides, loved ones are always around you, always there to support you. And when you open your mind to these things, when you shift your mindset, your spiritual growth will just skyrocket.